So Craig, 2014 Mobile World Congress, Barcelona, what's new at Sequans?
Well, it's a pretty exciting time. We've recently introduced a brand new LTE Advanced chipset platform called Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia brings Category 6, high throughput to LTE Advanced operators and device manufacturers. So that's new this week.
So can you talk about the launch of it and when you'll start seeing it in the market?
Sure. So we're sampling it in the second quarter, and we expect it would be able to be in production devices by the end of the year, and we hope to see it in consumer products before the end of the year.
And in terms of geographic launch, is it going to be ubiquitous worldwide, or do you expect to see it adopted in certain countries first?
Well, we would. It's available worldwide. Any customer anywhere can develop with it, at their leisure. But we expect to see it first where LTE operators have deployed LTE Advanced features. So carrier aggregation is the key feature of new LTE Advanced chips. So the operators who are deploying multiple bands in carrier aggregation configurations would be the most likely first targets. So that kind of shrinks the pool a little bit, but you can figure out who those operators are.
You got some devices here. What are you going to show us?
Yeah, I think one thing we actually introduced or announced this at the Consumer Electronics Show, but it's a kid's tablet from a company called Curio, or a brand called Curio from KD Interactive. And it's a pretty traditional 7-inch tablet that the Curio sells in the United States and other countries. It's very tailored for children, entertainment, education, parental controls kind of an environment. And they are the first tablet vendor a kids tablet vendor to integrate LTE. And this is for the Verizon network initially. So they announced that at Consumer Electronics Show, got a lot of interest from the retailers, and that's going to production soon. So it'll be in stores this year in the United States. We're really excited about that. So.
And the other device?
Yeah, so the other thing that happened fairly recently was it's Super Bowl week in New York. Verizon Wireless was hosting an LTE multicast event. LTE multicast leverages an LTE technology called eMBMS. And eMBMS is a gobbledygook for LTE broadcast. And it allows a LTE network to carry video in a very spectrally efficient way. And for the first time, mobile TV or mobile video kind of becomes economically feasible for mobile operators using this technology. And we were proud to be able to enable our technology in this prototype tablet. Get it working and demonstrating it during that event in New York a couple weeks ago. So,
well, you and I have been talking about single mode LTE chips for seems like 18, 24 months. You've been thinking about it a lot longer than that, but can you maybe look forward over the next 12 to 18 months in terms of what we might see from LTE single mode chips?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't say it's maturing market, but what you're seeing is multiple applications starting to say, hey, the value proposition of single mode makes sense in my device or in my application. And it includes some of the traditional, what you would expect, mobile broadband kind of a product, like a tablet, a laptop, Chromebook, maybe a mobile hotspot. So those are kind of traditional, and we see a lot of that activity and from a lot of OEMs going into operators like Verizon Wireless. But in addition, we're starting to also see a pipeline of what some people call emerging devices or non-traditional devices. So you're starting to see connectivity, 4G connectivity, want to get into things like home security systems or surveillance cameras, or even in smart meters, where the advantages of 4G technology, not just speed, but low latency, all IP network, and low cost and cost effectiveness and lifetime longevity of the standard are helping M2M applications like that start to adopt 4G only solutions. So we're starting to see that, and I think by the end of this year you'll see some products hit the market in that category as well.
Final question, Craig. I was in a China Mobile booth earlier this week, and I saw Sequans logo. Can you talk about what you're doing in that part of the world?
Sure. China's been a very important marketplace for us for a lot of years in LTE. In fact, our very first LTE chipset was done essentially to help China Mobile launch TD-LTE. And so we did that in 2010. It's been a long time coming, but now they've been authorized for commercial launch this year. And so we'll start to see devices launch in the China mobile footprint, as well as other China operators who have licenses to that spectrum. So we'll start seeing some devices this year with our LTE technology embedded, and stay tuned for some announcements there.